so excited to be addressing you today. Thank you for inviting me, or at least my pixelated avatar's image, to address you at the Imagine Cup World Festival. I've heard about all the amazing innovations you've created and demonstrated throughout the competition, and I want to tell you that I am so impressed and so inspired by what you're doing. The ideas that you're generating and the ways that you're turning those ideas into action and into real solutions for real problems is just truly remarkable. Through your ingenuity, you're literally changing the world. You're giving birth to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing, and new ways of learning. Now, isn't that what imagination is all about? Together, I know you and your fellow students in schools around the world can help us solve the many challenges that are so important to the happiness and security of people all around the world. We need the kinds of solutions that have been bubbling up through the great Imagine Cup process. And there's no shortage of challenges begging for attention from all the brain power the Imagine Cup has brought together this year. And nothing makes me happier than to think about the 325,000 students from more than 130 countries who are actively working to solve the challenges of feeding the world's people, protecting our environment, improving people's health, and ensuring universal education. I'm especially happy to see the focus this year on grand challenges in global development, including such big issues as climate change. As my husband, President Obama, has said, with a little imagination, we can find solutions to our challenges. Imagine solar cells as cheap as paint. Imagine green buildings that produce all the energy they consume. Imagine learning software and online educational tools as effective as a personal tutor. We can do this. Now, some people might say students are too young to take on problems of this magnitude, but I know better, in part from personal experience. Earlier this year, I met Lee Boynton, an 18-year-old high school senior from Bel Air, Texas, who won an international science and engineering competition for developing a new and potentially groundbreaking method for testing the quality of drinking water, a method that could someday help the 1 billion people around the world who lack access to safe drinking water. Students like Lee and all of you are leading the way. And I want you to know that we are working to create opportunities in which your ingenuity and imagination can thrive. Because no single person, not even a single administration, can take on all the issues that need to be addressed. But we can do a lot to create the environment in which good ideas and goodwill can take root together so that we can grow solutions together for a brighter future. And you are our future. That's why I'm so excited that the United States of America will host the Imagine Cup in New York next year. Here, you may come up with new ways to use cell phones to help families be healthier, create smart computer programs to teach students at home or in classrooms, invent simple tests to detect life-threatening diseases, or design new stoves for people in developing countries to cook with safely in their homes. I can't wait to see what you imagine. In the meantime, you all have an important task ahead of you, one I want you to take very seriously. You have harnessed great ideas, you've built wonderful creations, and now you're heading back to your respective countries. But in a way, your work has really just begun. I want to challenge you as you return to your communities to be ambassadors for innovation, to be envoys of excellence, to be teachers in your own right and in your own ways, and to share with others what you've learned through this wonderful voyage of discovery and creativity enabled by the Imagine Cup. So congratulations on all of your success, and I wish you the best of luck in the future. Take care.